What's going on, family? It's your main man, 100 Grand, Kim Blanks Harrell, and we are having a live webinar coming up on Saturday, May 14th, from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the topic this month is dividend stocks. Yeah, that's right. We're talking all about dividend stocks. Those stocks that not only give you your cake, but some of that icing too. So make sure you tap in to dividend stocks presented by Stock Market 101, part of the Bullish Institute's Financial Literacy Workshop Series.
This is the Entrepreneur Kickback. We here on another episode of Introduce Yourself for the audience that's listening.
Yeah. So I'm Lonzie Rattler here, based out of Flint, Michigan, born and raised in Flint, Michigan. Been in the real estate for the past 7 years, full time. No other income. Came into here, me and my wife, we came into doing real estate just by curiosity, right? So just by the natural, everybody watching HGTV, they want to learn how to flip a house, and we were the same ones, right? I watched all of the flip or flop and trying to get involved in the real estate. I asked everybody around, from mothers down to uncles, down to aunties, cousins, brothers, everybody, how to even buy a house. No one knew. No one could give me an answer. No one knew how to even get involved in the real estate, right? Because 90% of my family is renting. So they didn't even know or even understand the real estate game. So I did get coached, I went out and got me a mentor. I paid $10,000 to go ahead and get a mentor, right? But while I was getting mentored, my background is welding. My wife's background is mechanical engineering. So we were working, she was pregnant, and I'm like, babe, I really want to go to this conference. I really do. I really want to go. It's only $197, 3-day conference. They're going to try to, so they about to give us the game. I'm thinking $197, this might change my life. So me and my wife, we went and we checked it out. And I'm thinking that was enough. I'm like, yeah, I can get started doing real estate just doing this. As I went through the conference, they do their upsells, and here it is. It's $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 package. I'm like, I don't even got this money laying around, no 30, 40 grand to even get coached. I'm not buying nothing but coaching. I'm like, so as we left, we were still pumped. I'm still asking my wife, I said, I think this is a scam. This have to be a scam. Nobody's about to mentor you for $10,000 and show you how to get involved in the real estate. So I pondered off for probably about a week and a half, telling her, I'm not going to do it. I'm okay, I'm not going to do it. She's like, no, babe, I think that you should. We took $10,000 and we invested just in the mentorship in 2015 of June. And we took $10,000, got out there, took the mentorship. I studied for probably about 4.5 months. Now, at the time, my wife, she wasn't working because she was pregnant with our child. So she wasn't working. I had quit cold turkey because I'm thinking that this $10,000 that I put into this mentorship, I'm about to become a millionaire overnight. These are my thought processes of watching HGTV. I'm seeing a whole renovation being done in 30 minutes. So of course I quit. I quit my job. I'm telling them I'm about to do this real estate. And of course, bills get to piling up, but I'm still studying on. I'm not even closing the deal. Don't have no real estate experience, but I landed my first fix and flip deal. I got my first deal done in December, put it on the market. Well, I rehabbed it. I didn't use any of my money, so this was hard money and private money. This is what they showed us, how to do hard money and private money. So I didn't use any of my resources. I borrowed money, got out there, bought my first house, rehabbed it, and I flipped the property. So once I flipped that property and I got a $34,000 check, of course, that money went to all of the back payments and bills and all the stuff that I was trying to get caught up. So then I just kept repeating the same process of trying to get ahead, but I was still flipping property, making money doing it. I probably flipped 2 or 3 houses my first year of real estate, and then my wife, we end up becoming real estate agents as well. So we got real estate flipping houses, and then we buying. I mean, and we showing people how to purchase property at this point. So this was my way of getting in the game. Like I'm like, okay, now at this point, we doing this full time, but we still broke, still trying to make ends meet. It's like, because now we doing real estate, nothing else full time, but flipping the houses and flipping them and flipping them. And then as we start to grow, now my wife is a full-time broker. She got real estate agents underneath her. I'm flipping right now. I have currently 4 flips just going on. None of the properties I have bought was none of my money. Like, I'm still using private funding still to this day. I'm just giving them a percentage back on their money. I got 4 flips going on, construction crews going in and out of the properties. I'm still going through, walking through the properties, making sure the contractors are there. And that's how I got to this, where I'm at now, of learning the real estate game, and not just fixing and flipping houses. I wholesale. I buy and hold now. I got properties in Atlanta I have never seen. I got one property in Frisco, Texas, still haven't never seen. But I just know that the numbers, it made sense. But they both tenant occupied as of right now. That's my little spiel of how I got into real estate, and now everybody around me is tugging on me to, hey, could you help me out buy this house? Okay, I can probably do this coaching thing. So that's my spiel of how I actually got started and where I'm at now.
That's a cool story, my brother.
Yeah.
And what I like about the story is that it's taking nothing but determination and willing to learn. And my takeaways from your story is, number one, you said you invested mentorship. You started with that. You said, I'm going to look to seek the knowledge that I need to be successful in this field that I want to go down. And secondly, when you said that you and your wife sort of just, we gonna go for it. There's no plan B.
No.
Let's go. We gonna do it. It's gonna work. We don't know.
Sure.
We don't know when, but it's gonna work as long as we put real effort into it.
Sure.
Speaking with that effort, I like, and I like that story because it's a real life story. There's no fluff. Oh,
no.
$10,000 in 2 weeks. No, it doesn't work that way. But I would say, speaking on your experience, as far as let's have a starting point as far as based off your knowledge to get into real estate. If someone's listening, same situation, because you know a lot more now.
Yeah,
they're working a job, may not particularly care for. They realize the value in real estate, and they say, "Well, how do I get in?" What would be your answer?
I would say there is many of people over the spectrum, right? It's many of them that's out here that's teaching, like that's out here that's preaching about it. But it's a lot of people that just sell you information as well, who's not doing the work. Like they always say, man, check receipts of those who teaching. Ask them for HUD settlement sheets, right? Ask these people, like, go seek mentorship, but you have to do the job. Like, your job is, I have to do my due diligence about this person. So is this person legit? Is this person real? You have to do that end of your leg work. So when you are having these conversations of, I want to get involved in real estate, all that is going, like, you're going to go through that. No matter who you are, like, you're going to go through, do I really want to spend this $5,000 or this $4,000 on this coaching? Like, I don't know. You're going to go through that. But it's your job to do the work, do the leg work. Okay, I see, like, that you want to, but I have to see that this is real value. Where's the HUD settlement sheets? Can you show me sometimes, like, can you show me a system? Like, can you show me something? But I would say mentorship it'll get you a long way. But just do the work. I mean, like, you're gonna have to do the work. You have to show up. You have to punch in, and you're gonna have to really, get on the phone, do whatever you have to do. But I say mentorship is the way to go.
Okay, man. All right. See, that brings into perspective, because, like, I don't know if everybody's algorithm is like mine, but I'm assuming yours is the same. Like, if you're on social media, if you're on Google, you get tons and tons of people just offering things and information and a variety of things. And I find myself ignoring a lot of it. I also pay attention to.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
So, to highlight what you said is, due diligence is, it is ongoing. It never stops. You got to do your due diligence on your business. You got to do your due diligence on your investments, and you got to do due diligence on your education and mentorship as well.
For sure.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, and something else. You said earlier, during your introduction, you were saying you've been operating, and you haven't been using any of your money.
No.
Okay.
No.
Like, now these are some of the things I was thinking about. Like, I know you can only give so much information because you're also a coach as well. But now you say how will someone start off seeking for hard money lending, or what is the lowest barrier of entry as far as getting funding for a property?
So hard money is definitely what it is. It's hard money, right? There's nothing easy about it. It's very expensive, but it gives you that ability to go out and buy $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 property with little skin in the game. But your credit score needs to be 620, 640. So if credit is going to be a factor, like, you have to check these boxes. If credit is going to be a factor, then hard money like you can't go. If a down payment, because they're going to ask for 10 or 20% of a down payment. So if this house is $100,000, you got to come up with $20,000, right? 20% of this $100,000. That's skin in the game. So if money's going to be an issue, check that box. You can't do hard money, right? So you have to choose a different route. Private funding. Private funding is just like somebody just like you and I, who have money in the bank, who literally have money, but they looking for a different vehicle to put the money in to grow it. So you present them with an opportunity. Don't go out and just begging and borrowing money and all this. So these are real numbers, right? But the house got to be worth 200 to 210, right? So you have to run your numbers first. So private funding is the way to go if you want to flip houses. But if you have no knowledge and you don't want to, and then you scared to have them type of conversations, wholesaling, it will get you started to get these contracts, $5,000, $10,000 contracts, so you can build up your capital to go out there. Now you have a little bit more knowledge of okay, I know how a property works because I walked through a few properties. I have talked to a few sellers. I have possibly went in there and helped sellers out to get the property painted or whatever, so I can turn around and resell it to my retail buyer. I know the lingo a little bit more, right? So wholesaling, it will be your first entry point. Then I would say having conversations with private and higher money lenders and things of that sort to purchase more property.
Okay, wholesaling. Can you describe wholesaling or what that is?
Yes. So wholesaling, for those who don't know, like, what wholesaling is, right? It's literally a contract that you write between you and the seller, right? So the seller will say, "Hey, I'm looking to sell my property at $20,000, right? But it has to be a deal. So they looking to sell their property for $20,000. The house is probably worth, let's say, $50,000, right? So it's $30,000 worth of equity. And for those who don't know what equity is, it means from what the property is worth and what the seller is willing to sell for. So in this case, the seller is willing to sell the property at $20,000, is worth $50,000. There's $30,000 of equity you can tap into. What you want to do is write that contract with the seller at $20,000, saying that you will perform to buy the property at $20,000. You shop the contract around to an investor like me who's going to buy it and flip it, right? So now you're shopping that contract for $25,000, right? I look at it, I say, "Oh, this is a deal. I'm going to buy this house at $25,000. The $20,000 get cashed out to that seller, right? The $5,000 goes to you. So you'd have made money without never having to purchase this house. So you just wrote a contract with a seller, you assign your rights over to the buyer, and the buyer buys the property at $25,000. You walk away with a $5,000 check. They walk away with $20,000 and buy the property.
So win-win-win.
Yeah. It has to be a win for all parties involved, or your property, or you're going to have to probably have them conversations of price reduction with the seller because you can lock it up too high.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Like, so you said that's the best entry point as far as if you want to get into real estate, learning the lingo and doing deals.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Now that sounds like a very sounds like it's a saturated market, if you will, because it sounds like anybody can do it if you just know what to do.
For sure. For sure.
Okay. See, I'm a step one kind of guy. So like, okay. All right. I want to get into real estate. Resources are limited. All right. I got clicked on the wholesaling, you know. I didn't had a conversation with you, you know what I'm saying? Now, what will be my first steps in order to start and market myself as a wholesaler?
Well, like I said, like earlier, a little bit mentorship will show you that, but a good way how to start to market yourself as a wholesaler, like you said all the time, we buy houses, right? People have them signs flooded throughout everywhere. We buy houses. That's one way how to market yourself so sellers can call, right? Another way, utilize social media. Start telling people that, hey, I'm looking to buy deals. I'm looking to buy property. People will start to inbox you and stuff like that. So really utilizing what you do have now, a cell phone, a laptop, and social media, and some We Buy Houses signs can definitely get you started. But you still need to understand the system. And that's where we get caught up in. Everybody want to get started and jump right into it and do it, but they end up losing out because of the system. Like, they don't have no structure behind what they're doing.
Okay. You got my wheels turning now, man. Okay. Okay. So, because now that you say that, so it's sort of like, okay, you're the middleman if you're the wholesaler. So pretty much, you want to market yourself, find a deal, and then you want to, in a sense, you kind of want to shop it twice. You're gonna do two different deals. You're gonna do one with the seller, and then you're gonna find your buyers. Okay, so now you got to find a buyer. How would you go about finding a buyer?
Well, if you don't have any marketing money, definitely Facebook Marketplace is one. Craigslist. You can make sponsorship ads. But the free services is Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, realtors, different investors inside the city, these real estate groups. So them are the free ways to locate a buyer.
Okay. All right. So, all right, you find this. Okay, you got your seller. So pretty much you really just need some signs, cell phone, and social media.
Basically, in a nutshell, and then just learning the paperwork. If you can understand the two documents that you need, the purchase agreement and assignment of contract, like that'll take you quite a long way. Just with them two documents.
Only two documents? Wow. For entire property?
For entire property, all you need is two documents, and they don't got to be complex. Is, hey, I'm purchasing at this price, and we closing at this title company on this time, buying the property as is. Like, it don't have to be a long, drawn out attorney contract. No, you can use a one-page contract and lock up a seller. Use a one-page assignment and lock up a buyer.
do you need like a lawyer or a title company for those documents?
No. I mean, like, so you can get you a lawyer or an attorney for them documents, but there are there are plenty of people who will offer those documents through training courses, through real estate agents, other wholesalers. Like, they will have these documents, and that's just the way how you can literally get them documents and close out any property.
Wow, you breaking it down so simple, man. It's like you hear wholesaling, and it's like, well, you hear it everywhere, but
Yeah.
to actually hear someone in the Michigan area actually do numbers and have a strategy and a process, and it's amazing to me. So it got my wheels turning. So now I'm like, do I want to wholesale a property now? Maybe should I wholesale a property now? Like, let me think about it. But point of this show is to express as much opportunity out here for whoever may be listening.
Sure.
Okay. So basically, we just still need some tools, like I said, cell phone, maybe a car, some marketing materials, and I'm guessing a Wi-Fi connection, really, and you can get started.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Like, you can start.
Okay. Are there any additional strategies you use to hunt for house other than, like, setting up signs and social media?
Sure. I still to this day I cold call. I sit on the phone. I take that time out. I probably cold call like 4 hours a day. Cold calling sellers and buyers, and then another, like, since we here in Michigan, another big tip is to find low hanging fruit. You want to look at these pre-foreclosure deals. They distress. So them pre-foreclosure deals, you definitely want to look at. Go down to the auctions. They free. The auctions is free. You don't have to buy a house there. You need to just write it down. Like, literally write down the purchase price and the house. Put them under contract and sell them to a real estate agent. Like, the game is simple. It's so much out here. But you do need a system. Like, you need a system, and you need to be disciplined in order for this thing to grow.
Okay. And you say you got houses in outside of Michigan as well, correct?
Yeah. I have one down in, I don't even know the county. It's down in Georgia. Don't even know the county. But then I got one in Frisco, down in Frisco, Texas.
Okay. What was the process for you acquiring those properties? I only asked that because, again, that person sitting on the couch, say, hey, I may be getting into real estate, but it's like, I don't understand how to get the property next door to me. So how can I get someone that's across the country?
So you got to just have, so when you start to really understand real estate, like, you can do real estate virtual. Like, you don't have to be physically there in order to buy, sell, or rehab a house. So that property down, both of the properties in Texas and both and also in Georgia. The one in Georgia, my auntie, she called me about the property. The property, it was a pre-foreclosure deal. They was about to lose it. The lady, she was like $24,000 behind on her payments. So she was going to lose it to the bank. She still owed it probably, I want to say, a little bit over 70,000, somewhere about 70 grand on her property she still owed. So what I did, I had my auntie send me videos, photos, and stuff of that nature. And then I called an attorney, because Georgia is an attorney state and not a title company state, just like here in Michigan. So I called an attorney down there, and I walked the attorney through the documents, like, hey, I'm about to do this creative financing deal. I'm about to do a subject to deal on this property. And for those who don't know, like what a subject to deal is, I'm only picking up the property to its existing mortgage. I'm not cashing out the property at all. So I'm only taking over the mortgage payments and going to continue to pay the mortgage on the seller's behalf. But the deed going to be transferred over to me. So I own the house at that point. But all of the debt still stay with the seller. So and the attorney knew exactly like what I was doing. So once the attorney knew exactly like what I was doing, I sent them over all the contracts that me and the seller. I signed it. Then I had to send it over to the seller. Got the seller to notarize all of the paperwork in front of a notary. We closed that deal out for 20. It was like about $25,000. We closed the deal out, and still to this day, I own that same property. Never seen the property. It's on Quail Run or something, but I never seen the property at all, besides just the photos. And her monthly payment was $650. It's cash flow right now, $1,300. The property value probably about $180 right now. So if I was to go sell that property, it's $100,000 in equity. But I own the house, and I didn't have to leave Michigan to do that. So you just got to just put the right people in place to close the deal out, and make sure your system is your system.
Dang, subject to. How? Okay, that's a whole different lane right there. Because you take it over a subject to. You say you take over someone else's mortgage. So how do you find those?
So subject to deals, I literally find those. So I found that one through, of course, through my auntie. But subject to deals here in Michigan, I find those in various places, right? So real estate agents, like I keep saying real estate agents because real estate agents, they list property for sale. So your agent gonna find you an investor-friendly agent. Not all of them are investor-friendly. All of them, they do the same thing, but investor-friendly agents, they are the ones that can sit down and talk to a seller and say, hey, I might have someone who can definitely help you out on this deal, get you more money. And then they also want a commission. So find an investor and friendly agent, and also find you a good title company or someone who work at the bank. Them three are free. Someone who work at the bank, a title company, or find a investor-friendly real estate agent.
Okay. Investor-friendly real estate agent, a good title company, and a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Oh, man. You really got my wheels turning. And you said that's free.
Yeah, that's free. That's free. All that information is free. And then like they'll start letting you know, hey, like the agent, they definitely gonna let, because the agent is gonna already have built rapport with a seller. The seller gonna tell the agent everything about the property. Hey, I'm behind. I'm looking to sell. All these different things about the property. So when you come, you position yourself. You let them know exactly what you are going to do. Always be upfront. Always be transparent. And everything else is easy.
Oh man, okay. So, man, you fucking me up right now. Oh man, hold on, because it sounds like if you just sit down and write your plan out, get you some marketing materials, have you a cell phone, and get you those 3 team members, like you said, and all you got to do is be transparent on your mission. You got a business.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't want to simplify it because you still got to grind and actually cold call and find that stuff. You know, people who may be listening. I've cold called before. Actually, I still cold call. I have to cold call to find guests here. And it's a lot of work. And it could be draining after doing it 3, 4, and 5 hours. So, but people have to understand that's a part of the work. You know, if we want to do a translation, you know, if someone right now is listening, you working at Walmart, you know, think of the list of jobs that you have to do at Walmart. Now, if you want to go down this field here, these are the list of jobs you have to do. You're going to have to cold call. You're going to have to talk to people. You're gonna have to find a mentor, so you can learn the game. It's. I'm realizing everything's the same. You just got to learn the way. I was seeing you on Facebook, and I noticed you offered some mentorship yourself.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
For sure. So yeah, like the mentorship, I do offer a jumpstart program where I'm showing you just the jumpstart, right? I'm showing you the language, the lingo on how to get the wheels turning. I'm going to show you how to do a wholesale deal, but you got to put the work in. So I show you just the jumpstart. Then I got also, if you want to do a fix and flip, I tend to tell my students, hey, don't try to go out there and find a fix and flip. Let me find a fix and flip. I bring it to you, and then we can do a private and do a 50-50 split. I bring the contractors, close out the deal, but I'm going to walk you through that whole process. It's seamless for you. So I also offer that fix and flip. Then for those who've been already in the game a little bit, who've been doing fix and flip and doing wholesaling, I offer the creative financing, right? So, on the creative finance, I show you how to build out your rental portfolio, so you can also have an exit strategy from when you're done doing just your fix and flip game. Them are the three strategies that I typically go over for those who don't have no knowledge about real estate, who want to get involved in the real estate. The Jumpstart program, it will help you get to that level. Now, for those who already been wholesaling and saying, okay, I need to learn how to do this fix and flip game. I do the one-on-one mentorship now for walking through properties, getting them on the deed, showing them how to locate contractors, how to pay contractors, and how to close that deal out on a 50-50 split. Then I also just do the creative finance for those who are experienced.
You want to say how much that is? Now, before you say how much that is,
Sure.
People who's listening, y'all realize how much he said he already paid by having no money, right? So
yeah, no money.
Right.
No money.
Right.
So literally, my Jumpstart program, just to get started, for me to show you how to wholesale, set your systems up so you can learn how to scale your business as well, put VAs in place and stuff like that. That program is $1,500. Like, I'm gonna show you how to set it up, and you can start to make the phone calls, and then we have a 1 hour Zoom on Saturdays. Also for the fix and flip. Now, for the fix and flip, that one is strictly $2,500, but I'm going to locate a property for you. I'm going to walk you through the property. I'm going to walk you through the whole process, but you have to purchase the property, right? So I'm going to show you how to raise private capital as well, so you can start purchasing homes, rehabbing them, and also selling them. So that's a process of its own. And then for the people who wanted to do creative financing, like subject tools, how to buy properties that's already been foreclosed on, that's a more advanced strategy. I can guarantee you that I can show you how to build out your rental portfolio, and that one is $5,000. But I can guarantee you that you can close any property subject to its existing financing, own that property, build out your rental portfolio, because our rental portfolio is our 401k. We need to have that so we can go ahead and retire.
If they want to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so you definitely can reach out. I'm active on social media, and I'm active on Instagram. Lonzie Rattler on both social media sites. My business line, my business telephone, is 248-309-7308. And that's how anybody can reach me on my business line.
All right. I'm gonna put your information in the show notes as well. Are you an investor-friendly agent?
Yeah. My wife is she do all of the real estate side. So of course she understands just as much as I understand. She know exactly the same amount of stuff. I'm about creative finance, about a wholesale and a fix and flip. So she will be more leaning on the agent side, but she is definitely investor friendly.
Oh, see, there it is. Boom.
Yep.
Boom. Oh man, that's a wealth of information. Oh my God, I'm a have to listen to this again and process it.
For sure.
Yeah, that's good, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, good brother. And
Yeah.
man, it's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a story because it's like I reached out to Mr. Rattler and I hit him up, and usually in my process of finding guests, it takes a little time. You know, some people say, yeah, you know, we got to come back. You may have a conversation or two. When I reached out to him, it was like, yep, let's do it. When? Where? Boom. I was like, oh, all right, let's go. All right. So you got an idea on how you work, man. But I appreciate you kicking back with us, good brother. I would love to have you back on. Is there anything you would like to share that I didn't cover?
I think we hit it all, to be real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for listening to Entrepreneur Kickback. If you want more information, please check the show notes. If you want to reach out to Mr. Rattler, this is the Entrepreneur Kickback. We out. Like to thank you guys for kicking back with us. If you want to connect with us on social media, you can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at the Entrepreneur Kickback, all one word. We also building out a YouTube channel. You can follow us on The Patton House on YouTube. You can also catch me on Twitter. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, I'm at Podcaster Patton on Twitter. I'm also on Clubhouse. If you want to hit me on Clubhouse, you can hit me at PPatton248 on Clubhouse. Also, if you want to check out our website, theentrepreneurialkickback.com. Right now, you can listen to the show, and it also connects you to all our social media and our links. And you can listen to us on the website and all podcasting platforms. I'd like to thank you guys. Peace.